Welcome everyone. Today we'll see the structure of DNA. In the previous classes we have seen that what is a nucleotide, what are nucleic acid, what is nucleic acid. Nucleic acid is a big molecule which contains the information of the cell. It is also helpful in the that is protein photosynthesis, and it maintains the inheritance of characters. This that is nucleic acid, it helps in the maintaining of that is characters from from parents to offsprings. We have seen this new structure of nucleotides as well. What are nucleotides? Nucleotides are basically made up of three things. The first is pentose sugar, then we have a nitrogenous base, and we have a phosphate group. So nucleotides, it is basically made up of three things. The first is pentose sugar, then we have nitrogenous base, and we have phosphoric acid. These three together make one nucleotide, and this nucleic acid is nothing but it is a polymer of nucleotides. It is a polymer of nucleotides. So today we will see the structure of this, that is, we have said that nucleic acids are of two types. The big molecules, they can be of two types. The first type is DNA and the second type is RNA. Now we will see the structure of DNA. We already know that DNA was first, that is the nucleic acid was first observed by Friedrich Miescher. He said that there is some in the pus cells, he found that, he observed that there is something acidic is present. He named that as nuclein. Later Altman, he renamed the nuclein as nucleic acid. First, that is there is some material which is acidic, it is present in the pus cell. It was observed by Friedrich Miescher and he gave the name as nuclein. Later Altman gave the another name to nuclein and Altman called it as nucleic acid. Now it was further discovered that nucleic acids are of two types, DNA and RNA. So the first DNA was first observed by Friedrich Miescher. DNA was first observed by Friedrich Miescher, and the term DNA, that is deoxyribose nucleic acid, this term was given by Zacchaeus, a scientist whose name is Zacchaeus. He gave the term DNA. That is, Friedrich Miescher, he observed that there is something which is acidic which is present inside the nucleus. Now this Zacchaeus, another scientist, he gave the term DNA. The term was given by Zacchaeus. It was observed by Friedrich Miescher, and the structure of DNA, how is the DNA present, what is the structure, what is present in it, that structure was given by two famous scientists whose name is Watson and Crick. The structure observed by Friedrich Miescher, the term, that is the name DNA, was given by the scientist Zacchaeus. Now the structure of DNA was given by Watson and Crick. These two are the different scientists, they worked together and they gave the structure, that is the structure of DNA. So the structure which we follow now, it is given by two scientists, that is Watson and Crick. Now coming to the structure of DNA. Structure of DNA. Here DNA is a double-stranded structure. DNA is a double-stranded structure. DS means double-stranded, that is double. S is stranded. Two strands, that means double-stranded, that is each DNA is made up of two strands. We have two strands. This is the first strand and this is the second strand. DNA is made up of two strands. So that is why we call it as double-stranded DNA. The commonly found DNA is double-stranded, and here we said that nucleic acids are of two types, DNA and RNA. Mostly, that is, DNA is double stranded. DNA is almost always double stranded. Leaving a few exceptions are there where we find single stranded DNA, but most of the organisms, they have double stranded DNA, and RNA is single stranded. RNA is single stranded, that is, the commonly found DNA is double stranded and commonly found RNA is single stranded. But we have exceptions. Sometimes in few organisms, that is, single stranded DNA is also found and double stranded RNA is found. But commonly, mostly, almost every time when we see in an organism, the DNA is double stranded. The DNA is double stranded. Only few exceptions are there, but in all others, DNA is always double stranded and RNA is single stranded. So here, when we discuss the structure of DNA, so the first thing is DNA is made up of two strands. Each DNA molecule, that is nucleic acid molecule, is made up of two strands. Okay, two strands, first and the second. This is the structure of DNA. This is the structure of DNA. It is made up of two strands. So that is why DNA is double stranded DNA. Now, the strand is made up of chain of nucleotides. Okay, the strand is made up of a chain of nucleotides. Nucleotide chain together, that is, many nucleotides is together making a chain. Many nucleotides together make a long chain, and with the help of this long chain of nucleotides, this DNA is made up of. This DNA is made. So DNA is nothing but it is a nucleic acid which is made up of nucleotides. It is made up of nucleotides. And now the strands are anti-parallel. The strands are anti-parallel. For example, here if the strand, you just see this one, if this is the strand, this is one strand and this is another strand. Okay, both the strands are anti-parallel. If at this strand, if fifth carbon is free here, I will explain you the whole structure, you will be able to understand it. But as of now, here, if this at this strand, if this fifth carbon is free, then towards the end, the third carbon will be free. At the starting, if it has fifth carbon as free, then at the end, the third carbon will be free at one strand. Now, on the other strand, if this is 5' here, okay, fifth carbon is free, here at the starting, here the third carbon will be free and here the fifth carbon will be free. The fifth carbon will be free. So, here both of them are anti-parallel. Parallel means exactly the same. If this is 5' means this will also be 5'. If this is 3' means this should also be 3'. No, it is not exactly parallel. These are parallel, running parallel only, but anti-parallelly. If this is running in this manner, it will run in this manner. Both are running parallel only. Okay, if this is running in this manner, other is running like this. But they are parallel to each other. So, both the strands are anti-parallel to each other. Strands are anti-parallel to each other. And the structure of DNA is helical. The structure of DNA is helical, that is helix, coiled one. So, it is, and this coil is in clockwise manner. The coiling is in the clockwise manner. The structure of DNA is helical and this coiling is in the clockwise manner. The coiling is in the clockwise manner. Okay, so this is first thing, the DNA is made up of two strands. So these are the two strands, and they said the next point is said is the strand is made up of chain of nucleotides. The strand is made up of chain of nucleotides. For example, this is one nucleotide. This is one nucleotide. Okay, so this is, we have seen the structure. This is a ring which consists of 1 oxygen and 4 carbon atoms, and this 5th carbon is attached in the form of an arm. We have seen this one. So this is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon and 5th carbon. This is the pentose sugar. This is the pentose sugar made up of 5 carbons. Okay, so first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon and 5th carbon. 5 carbon sugar. This is deoxyribose pentose sugar. Okay, and here on this third, at this first one, I'll take this one. At this first carbon, we have a nitrogen group, nitrogenous base attached. At this first carbon, we have a nitrogenous base attached. Okay, and here at this third carbon, we have this functional group OH. We have the functional group OH. Here is H, 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 here will be H, here will be same H. So here at this third carbon, we have already seen the structure. At this third carbon, we have a functional group OH. Okay, to this first carbon, nitrogenous base is attached. To this third carbon, we have a functional group, that is hydroxyl functional group OH, and this is the fourth carbon, this is the 5th carbon. To this 5th carbon, a phosphate group is attached. To the 5th carbon, phosphate group is attached. Okay, we have already seen the structure. So this together, this whole is one nucleotide. What it is? It is one nucleotide. I said you, nucleotide is made up of 3 things: the pentose sugar, the nitrogenous group and the phosphorus group, phosphoric acid. Each nucleic acid is made up of 3 things: the pentose sugar, the nitrogenous base and the phosphoric group. So this is one nucleic acid. We said that DNA is made up of chain of nucleotides. So like this is one nucleotide. So like this, many nucleotides are together making a chain. Many nucleotides are together making a chain. So this is one nucleotide. Okay, then again, this is the sugar, this is the nitrogenous base. To this 5th carbon, we have a phosphorus group. To this 5th carbon, we have a phosphorus group. Okay, so this is another nucleotide. This is another nucleotide. So like this, one long chain of nucleotides will be formed. Okay, so this will make this strand. This chain will make this strand. Now we have another strand, that is, this is also made up of nucleotides, but we said that it is anti-parallel. Okay, if this is, we are drawing like this, in this now we will be drawing upside down. Upside down. So here it will be like this. So this is the oxygen, this is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon and 5th carbon. 5th carbon. So to this first carbon, nitrogen will be attached. To this third carbon, OH will be there. To this 5th carbon, phosphate will be attached. So this is also one nucleotide. Okay. So this is the oxygen. This is the first carbon where nitrogen will be attached. This is the second carbon. This is the third carbon. We have OH here. Third carbon is there. Then fourth carbon. Then 5th carbon. To this 5th carbon, phosphoric acid will be attached. Now are you understanding? At this one, which carbon is free here at the start? 5th carbon is free. 5th carbon is free. It is not attached to anything. 5th carbon is free here. That is, the starting is the 5th carbon. So here it starts with 5th carbon. At the end we have 3rd carbon. This 3rd carbon is free. There is nothing down. The 3rd carbon is free. Now coming to this one. At this, here which carbon is free here? 3rd carbon. At the last, we have this 3rd carbon. So here is the 3 dash. Here which carbon is there at the last free one? The fifth carbon. The fifth carbon. So here we have this 5 dash. So these two are, that is, each DNA is made up of strand, that is chain of nucleotides. On this board I could only draw this two, like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Many nucleotides will join together. How they join together? We said that nucleotides, that is, it is a chain of nucleotides. Now I am removing this. Here this is the nitrogenous base. Now we said that it is a chain of nucleotides. These nucleotides should join together, then only it will make a chain. If this is one, this is one, this is one, if they are not joined together, it will not make into a chain. So they should be joined together. So how they are joining? How this one nucleotide is joining to the other nucleotide? Here at this fifth carbon we have phosphate group. At this fifth carbon we have a phosphate group. So instead of writing here, this is the fifth carbon. At this fifth carbon we have a phosphate group. Okay, and this third carbon we have a OH group. OH group is there, and at third carbon and this fifth carbon phosphate group is there. So now a bond will be formed between this phosphoric acid and the OH. A bond will be formed. This bond is called as phosphodiester bond. This bond is called as phosphodiester bond. So with the help of this phosphodiester bond, this one nucleotide is joined with another nucleotide. This is one nucleotide, this is another nucleotide. Both of them are joined together by this bond. By this bond. So bond is formed between, that is, phosphoric acid of this fifth carbon and OH of the third carbon. OH of the third carbon. Okay. Now here then again we have third carbon. If I draw another nucleotide, so here this will be a fifth carbon, here phosphorus will be there. So phosphorus, and here OH will be there. Again this will make a bond. So like this continuous chain will be formed. Okay. So now coming to here. So this is the first carbon. Now oxygen ring is there, oxygen is there. This is the first, second, third. Okay. So third carbon is there. OH is there on the third carbon. On the third carbon we have OH. Now this is another nucleotide. Here fifth carbon is there. At fifth carbon we have phosphate. So now both of them will form a bond. This bond is called as phosphodiester bond. So with the help of this bond, this nucleotide is attached to this nucleotide. Okay. So like this a long chain will be formed. So here we find like this. So this is the strand. This is the strand. Now at this we find this sugar. The strand is made up of sugar and phosphate. On the strand we find sugar and phosphate, that is this sugar, like this. Okay, then phosphate, then again, then sugar, then phosphate, and this phosphate, and here OH will be there, they will be combining. Then again another nucleotide. So like this, here also the ring, it will go down, like this it will come. Okay, here this, then again here one nucleotide. So this strand or the skeleton of this DNA, So this is made up of sugar and phosphate. That is, this is the sugar and this is the phosphate. This strand is made up of sugar and phosphate. And here we said ke here nitrogen is there na. So here at this first carbon, nitrogen will be there. Here at this first carbon, nitrogenous base will be there. Okay. Now the nitrogenous bases, we already know nitrogenous bases are of 4 types. That is 2 types, purine and pyrimidines. Adenine and guanine. These are the purines. Thymine, cytosine, they are the pyrimidines. So here, if this is adenine, if this is the nitrogenous base, it can be purines, it can be pyrimidines. For example, if this is the purine, that is A. Instead of N, I will write here A, that is adenine. A, that is adenine. So instead of G, that is here, I will write G, because this is the nitrogenous base, guanine. Okay. And we are writing nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous bases can be purines or pyrimidines. In this purine we have adenine and guanine. In pyrimidines we have thymine and cytosine. We have already studied this in our previous classes. Go through this if you are unable to understand. So here this is adenine and this is guanine. I already said you, adenine always pairs with thymine. That is, if this is purine, this is adenine, it will always pair with thymine. Adenine, so if it is adenine here, now this nitrogenous base will always be thymine and they will be forming bond. They will be forming bond. This is bond. Here, adenine is always paired with thymine. They are joined together by, the pairing is done by 2 hydrogen bonds. Adenine always pairs with thymine and they are paired with 2 hydrogen bonds. And here if this is guanine, then this will definitely be cytosine, because guanine always pairs with cytosine. Okay, but the thing is, here they are joined together by 2 hydrogen bonds. Here they will be joined together by 3 hydrogen bonds. They will be joined together by 3 hydrogen bonds. Okay. So this is how the structure of DNA. We said DNA is made up of 2 strands. This is first strand and this is another strand. And each strand is made up of chain of nucleotides. So this is one nucleotide, this is another, like this a chain of nucleotides will be there. So here also this is one chain, this is one nucleotide, this is one nucleotide, like this a chain will be formed. So this DNA is nothing but it is made up of chain of nucleotides. It is made up of chain of nucleotides and the strands are anti-parallel. So if this is the 5 dash here, at the end will be 3 dash. This will be 3 dash. Okay. If the strand, first strand has 5 dash here, then here this will be 3 dash, means third carbon will be free. Here 5 dash means fifth carbon is free. Then here it will always be, if this is 5 dash, here it will be 3 dash. See here, this is the third carbon which is free, and here at the down it will be fifth carbon, 5 dash. So if it is 5 dash, 3 dash here, then the other strand will be here 5 dash and 3 dash. Both the strands are anti-parallel. Okay. So the strand is made up of sugar and phosphate, and here these ones. I said you know A and T, this is, instead of nitrogen I write A here, T here. They are joined together by 2 bonds. Then I have this C, G, then again A, T, then again C, G. So like this, the skeleton is sugar and phosphate, and in between that is the bridge. The base pairs acts as the bridge. These are the base pairs, they act as the bridge. Okay, this is the skeleton and this is the bridge. The skeleton is made up of sugar and phosphate, sugar and phosphate, sugar and phosphate. So the skeleton is made up of sugar and phosphate, and the bridges is of, that is, base pairs, that is nitrogenous base. Base pairs in the sense nitrogenous bases, which is adenine always pairs with thymine, cytosine always pairs with guanine. Okay, so this is the strand, that is structure of DNA. And one more thing, in between these two base pairs, that is adenine and thymine, cytosine and that is guanine, in between these two, the distance is 3.4 angstroms. The distance in between these two base pair, these two, here I will show you the distance between this and this, okay, it will always be 3.4, this and this 3.4, this and this 3.4. The distance between two base pairs will always be 3.4 angstroms, okay. And this diameter of this DNA, is 20 angstroms. The diameter of DNA, that is this one. So this is 20 angstroms, okay. Now here in one turn, so if it starts from here, it is coming here, then it is like this taking turn, and it is again coming back. So this is one turn from here till here. So from here till here we have one turn, it turned one time. So here in this, now we find one small groove, and we find one big groove, okay. If it takes, it is starting from here, it is going back, then it is coming till again here. So it will take one turn, from here to here it will take one turn, okay, when it comes back. So here for this one turn from here to here, the distance is always 34 angstroms. The distance from here to here is, that is by taking one turn, one complete turn, so the distance will be 34 angstroms. And in this distance, one deep shallow groove will be there and one deep groove will be there. Shallow means a little space, deep means a bigger space. So when it takes a turn starting from here, then again going and coming here. So this is one turn. So when it take one turn, so the distance is 34 angstroms, and in that one small shallow groove will be there and one big deep groove will be present. So the distance from here to here, that is in which a shallow groove will be coming and a deep groove will be coming. So the distance will be 34 angstroms, and in this one groove we have 10 base pairs. From here to here in one turn we have 10 base pairs. So the distance is 34, and 10 means the distance between these two base pairs will be 3.4 angstroms. The distance between these two base pairs is 3.4 angstrom, and from here till here is 34 angstroms. So this was the structure which was given by Watson and Crick, and the strands are complementary to each other. So that means if a adenine is present, then on the this strand it will always be thymine. If here at the strand C is there, then this will be complementary, this strand will be complementary to this. So it will always have guanine here. So this is the structure of DNA which is given by Watson and Crick. So now we have studied the structure of DNA. Next class we will study the structure of RNA, because we said nucleic acids are of two types, DNA and RNA. We have studied the structure of DNA. In the next class we will study the structure of RNA.